Good morning, students. How are you? Today our lecture is about Romanticism in general as a movement in the English literature, and particularly S.T. Coleridge, who is regarded as one of the pioneers of the Romantic movement in English literature. In fact, S.T. Coleridge is regarded as a poet, critic, and philosopher. After all, he is a poet. Of course, his job is a poet, and he's also a critic and philosopher. He was born in 1772, Devon, England. He belongs to a family, a middle-class family, and from the countryside. In fact, along with his friend William Wordsworth, you know William Wordsworth, also very famous poet, he published the Lyrical Ballads. Lyrical Ballads is a collection of poems he published in 1798, which is regarded the starting point of the Romantic movement in general. Okay? Along with now today's lecture is about the Ancient Mariner. We are not going to take his life in general and his works all, but the Ancient Mariner. Okay, Ancient Mariner is a very famous and in fact a masterpiece for S.T. Coleridge, and it's a very lengthy poem. But what is included in your book is only part of the poem. The poem is, I told you, it's a lengthy poem. It's regarded as it involves many philosophical and deep meaning. It's about a group of sailors who decided to travel across the Pacific Ocean, and everything is all right at the beginning of the poem. The weather is good, and sailors are enjoying their time traveling to cross the Pacific Ocean, until one of the sailors shoots a bird called the albatross, which perches on the mast of the ship. And after killing the albatross, everything is changed, right? Because this is a crime. The weather stopped, and everything is changed. The sun becomes copper, and the sky becomes bloody. The moon becomes very big. This, in fact, a curse comes down all over the sailors after killing the innocent bird of albatross. In fact, I would like to hear from you something about the general meaning. What is the general meaning of the poem? Yes, please.
The general meaning of the poem that the poet talks about the ship and some sailor, one of the sailors
yes,
who shooting the bird of the good omen, albatross, and killed him. Then the weather changed, and suddenly the breeze stopped.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much, Ahmed. Yes, others, please. Yes, Riyam.
The boy described the ship and the ships and the weather.
Yes.
After one of the sailors shot on albatross.
Yes.
And the ship is cursed.
It's cursed. Yes. Thank you very much, Riyam. Yes. Anyone else would like to add something? Yes, Zaid, please.
One opinion says is that that poet is it's a metaphor. It's for it speaks about the one bad thing can curse all the good things.
Yes, that's right. It's very good. Thank you, Zaid. Though it is one of the sailors that shoots the albatross, the curse comes down all over the sailor, right? It's not specific for one person, the sailor who shoots the albatross. It comes to all over the sailors as a matter of punishment. No punishment. Yes, please. Anyone would like to add something about the general meaning of the poem?
No, sir.
Okay. If we, for example, if we take from the poem at the beginning, the poem says, "The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew." You know, this is a very nice image. If you'd like to have a look at your book, and follow me. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew. No, fair, beautiful weather, beautiful breeze blew. The past tense of blow, you know.
Yes.
Yes. And the furrow followed free. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew. The furrow followed free. Right, this is a very nice image. Shows the starting point of the voyage. You know, voyage is a trip across the water.
Yes.
A voyage, everything is all right. The breeze is nice and the weather is good. Until this is the first stanza. We may take a look at the book on page 9. The fair breeze blew, the white foam flew, the furrow followed free. We were the first that ever burst into that silent sea. You see, everything is all right. Everything is good. The weather is good. It's a very nice and beautiful picture, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Look directly after the second stanza, a completely opposite picture of the first stanza. Everything's changed. Down dropped the breeze. The sails dropped down. You see, the breeze now stops. Down. 'Twas sad as sad could be. And we did speak only to break the silence of the sea. You see, a sad, tragic, gloomy picture, completely opposite the first picture, which is, for example, fair in the first stanza. Now sad in the second stanza. You see the difference between the first stanza and the second stanza. And then comes down, this is, I told you, after the killing of the bird. The third stanza, all in a hot and copper sky. The bloody sun at noon. Right up above the mast it stands, no bigger than the moon. You see, this is a description of the curse, description of the bad conditions the sailors are in. Right? You see the image of the copper sky, the sky which becomes copper. You know, copper is a kind of color is between yellow and red, copper. The sun becomes bloody. This is a punishment. Can you imagine the picture? This is a horrible picture. The sun becomes bloody. Yes, no bigger than the moon. Day after day, day after day, we stuck. Nor motion, nor breath, nor motion, as idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. They remained stuck in the middle of the sea, no movement, no life, no anything, day after day, day after day. Then, water, water everywhere, water, water everywhere, and all the boats did shrink. See, when the ship is stuck on the wood in general, wood is left in the water for a long time, it shrinks, right? It becomes lesser, its size gets lesser. All the balls did shrink, water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. This is a complete punishment, a severe punishment, in fact. By the way, all the sailors died, except one. Why? To survive and to tell the story to the poet, to the others, so that others may take moral lesson and may not repeat what the sailor has done, which is the killing of the bird. Please, I would like to hear from you something about the detailed meaning about the poem. For example, how and why. There is a crime, there is punishment, right? And I would like to hear from you something. Have you any idea about the poem? Any addition? Anything, please? Yes, Ahmed.
The weather was nice. The soft wine below nicely. Behind the moving ship.
Yes.
There was a furrow.
Yes.
In this metaphor, the ship is compared with a farmer who is making a furrows in the ground.
Yes, very good.
In the ground.
Thank you very much. If we come, thank you, Ahmed. If we come to the devices used in the poem, you know devices. For example, the first devices, which is the structural devices, right? The first one is which one? Remember? Contrast. Contrast, right? Is there a contrast in the poem?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, Roland. Where is the contrast?
There is a contrast between the motion of the ship, which was moving so quickly across.
Yes.
It is way into that silence here.
Very good.
And the complete break of motion, which will follow immediately when down dropped the brig, the sail dropped down.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So that's right. There's a contrast in the motion of the ship before and after the killing of the bird. You know, you remember before the killing of the bird, everything was all right, and the ship goes in its right direction quickly as he pictures it. The poet pictures it. The furrow follow the freight. Imagine the line, you know, furrow, the line after the ship. That when the ship goes inside through the sea, the much it goes speed the much line after the ship. He pictures it as if it is a furrow. You know, furrow. It's a line that love made in the land. Yes, thank you, Rada. Yes, others? Do we have other contrast or what? I would like to hear from you. Yes, Rawa, please.
Another contrast is water everywhere. Water everywhere, but sailors are thirsty because they couldn't drink salty water.
Very good, thank you very much. This is another contrast. Though they are in the middle of the sea, and as the poet says, water, water everywhere, nor any drop to drink. They are in the middle of the sea, they are surrounded by the water, but they cannot even drop one drop, so they cannot drink even one drop. See, this is a contrast. There's a water, they cannot drink water. Yes, please, thank you. Others? Yes, Rasha?
Metaphor.
Metaphor, yes.
In the stanza 1.
In stanza 1?
The furrow.
Yes, good. The furrow. I told you this is the use of metaphor. Furrow is he makes an implied comparison between the furrow, the line of the ship, behind the ship, and the furrow of the farmer. Yes, this is metaphor. Thank you, Rasha. Yes, Rihan.
The poet used the simile in the fourth stanza
Yes.
with as idle as a painted ship.
Very good. There is a simile, right? You remember simile?
Yes.
We find simile when we find two words, as and like. And there is the use of as and like in the fourth stanza. In the line, yes, read it, please.
As idle as a painted ship.
Ship, very good. As idle as a painted ship. There's the use of simile because there's a word as idle as a painted ship. Good, Riyam, thank you. Yes, do we have other devices used in this poem? Yes, Ahmed?
There is repetition in day after day, day after.
Very good. Also, the use of repetition. Day after day, day after day. And we took you know that there are two reasons for the use of repetition. What are they? First one, there are two reasons for the use of repetition. The poet uses repetition for two reasons. What are they? Yes, Zaid, please.
The first reason for the musical effects.
Good.
The second reason is to converse the meaning of.
To emphasize an idea. Yes, very good. There are two reasons for the use of repetition. Either to emphasize an idea or for musical effects. What do you think this use of repetition? Day after day, day after day, and another repetition, water, water everywhere, water, water everywhere. There are two uses of repetition. Why is it for musical effects or for an idea the poet wants to emphasize? The one who says musical must say why. support his, and the one who says for emphasize an idea must also explain how. Yes, Radha?
The word water is repeated several times to indicate now thirsty.
Yes.
The silence where water is everywhere.
Yes.
But at the same time, nowhere the first day,
Very good.
the after day, is repeated to show the continuous of the condition.
Very good. Thank you, Radha. The first, water, water everywhere, water, water everywhere. First, Radha says that to indicate thirsty. That's right. Another, which is more important, to show they are in the middle of the sea. They are surrounded in the sea. When they look right or left, before or behind, they see water. Water, water everywhere. They are stuck in the middle of the sea, surrounded by water. This is the use of, this is why the poet uses repetition. And the second one, day after day, day after day. Day after day, day after day. You see this, day after day.
Music.
It could be musical, but it's very clear. Yes, Zaid?
So the poet wants to emphasize that day after day and day after day, that's meaning a long time. They still in the same place.
Very good.
Nothing changed.
Very good, thank you very much, Zaid. It indicates the length of time. They remain for a long time in the sea. They acted without motion, without movement, without any activity. Say day after day, day after day. Thank you very much. Okay, other devices used in the poem? Yes, yes, Rawat, please.
Question. We follow the question in each of the poem, the auction, painted auction,
Yes.
painted sheep, bloody, and silence, sea, and
Good.
and the poet says how the different between motionless
Yes.
the boat, or how the thirsty is the silence is thirsty.
Yes, good.
The weather is very nice and different in both.
Thank you very much, Rawat. Yes, that's right. The use of alliteration. For example, you know alliteration? What's the definition of alliteration? Please. Yes, others? It is the repetition of the same sound at frequent intervals. Right? Yes, Hala, would like to repeat it? Yes, please.
Alliteration is the repetition of the same sound at frequent
Intervals. Thank you very much. For example, if we take example, the use of alliteration in the poem. In the second line, the furrow, right? Furrow followed. What's free? Where is the alliteration here? Yes, Rasha? Which letter? Sound, yes. The sound fe. Furrow, followed, free. This is, we call it alliteration. This is also another device used in the ancient Marathi. Thank you. Yes? Is there a rhyme in the poem? Rhyme? Yes? Yes, Munir, please.
There's a few lines in the stanza.
Yes.
First, free and see.
Good. Free and see in the first stanza, for example. Free and see. Yes.
Noon and moon.
Good. In the third stanza, moon and noon. Yes. In the last stanza, the fourth stanza, you have
Motion and ocean.
good, motion and ocean. What is the definition of rhyme for that? Definition of rhyme. Rhyme occurs at the line endings of the poem with the words having the same sound. Right? Ms. Rawa, I'd like to repeat it. Yes.
This usually occurs in which the same sound occurs in words which have the same sound.
Thank you very much. It occurs at the end of the lines, the words having the same sound. And you see your colleague Munir said, for example, see and free. B and C, second stanza. Third stanza, moon, noon. Fourth stanza, motion and ocean. Have other? Yes? Yes, Ahmed? Shrink and drink. Good. This is also a rhyme. Now, is there any other devices, or are there any other devices? Please. Yes, Zay?
So the bloody sun, is that metaphor?
Yes, it is a metaphor. It is a personification. It is a personification. Bloody sun.
No, it's not.
Because we said personification is to give inanimate objects. The use of personification and bloody sun. Personification, we said, giving animate features to inanimate objects, right? And the word bloody, you see, bloody is a human characteristic. When you are injured, I told you are bleeding. The situation becomes bloody, but the sun has no blood, right? Blood is an animate feature, but we give it to inanimate objects, which is the sun. The sun is inanimate object. This is the use of personification. Good, Zay. This is a good remark. It could be a metaphor to a certain extent if we look at it deeply. It could be a metaphor. Metaphor of what? Zay, can you say?
Bloody. Okay. Any bloody.
Any blood. We said metaphor is a comparison of an implied comparison between two objects, right? Comparison. This bloody thing, bloody to whom? We are comparing between two objects. Does he mean that he's comparing the sun to anything else? Please think of it. Think of it. I don't ask the answer now. Later on, maybe in the next lectures. Think of the bloody sun. Is it a metaphor, and how is it a metaphor? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Zay. Also, we have, okay, we come to the detailed meaning. Detailed meaning of the poem. Yes. What are the themes? What the poet wants to say? What are the detailed meanings of the poem? Please think of it. The detailed meaning of the poem. Yes, others? Okay, the detailed meaning, yes, Riyam?
The weather was nice.
Yes.
And the thought went blow necessary.
Yes.
And behind the moving ship compared with a farmer.
A farmer. This is part of the detailed meaning. Riyam, I'm asking, what does the poet want to convey? Yes. What is the poet, you think, what does the poet want to convey after writing this poem? There's a theme, there are themes, in fact. More than one theme.
The poet described the ship on the water of on the tribe.
Yes, on the trip.
On the trip.
Yes. Thank you, this is also part of the... But I told you that albatross is a symbol of what? You cannot look at albatross as a bird, and that's it. Albatross is a symbol of beauty and innocence. And it refers to life, so. Because albatross is an innocent, alive bird, but after killing, he becomes lifeless. This means what in literature? Why all of this curse, all of this punishment comes after killing one? Yes, Zayd?
Because the albatross is a creature made by God.
Yes.
God gave him lives, and God is the only one who he has the right to take.
Yes, that's very good. Thank you, Zayd. God is the only one who gives life to creatures. Its creatures, to his creatures, sorry. Okay? So giving lives and taking lives are only God's phenomenon, or God's made, God's job,
Right.
God's right. Thank you. It's God's right, and man is only as a creature only as albatross itself. He doesn't have a right to take the life of others. Life is man-made, and death is also man-made, right?
Yes.
God only gives life and takes it back. But when you break this system, this heavenly system, this heavenly rule, there must be a punishment. Now, God has given life to an innocent creature. It's also what adds more to this tragedy is that sailor killed an innocent creature. For example, if Albatross did something bad to the sailor and sailor killed Albatross, it could be something else. May not come this great punishment to them. It's an innocent bird of a good omen. Why do you kill him? This adds more to the tragedy of the poem, and may justify the punishment, the great punishment that comes to all over the sailors. So life and death are God's made, and man has not to break this rule. When you give something life, and you come other one who has not the right to take this life and takes it back or end this life, this must be punished. This is the breaking of the heavenly rules. This is the detailed meaning of the poem. Is it?
So yesterday, when I was searching about the detailed meaning,
Yes.
I found some opinion says the poems in that period they can't talk about politics directly or religion. They will kill or resent or torture. So the poet S.D. Coleridge wrote this poem about ship and crime and punishment.
And he means something
He
else.
means politicals.
Politicians, some politicians, yes. Yes, very good. Yes, this is right. You mean, your colleague Zaid said that there's another opinion which is very logical. This is very, very good and can be very much applicable to the poet. The poet wants to criticize impliedly the political situation of England at that time. So this is very good. Thank you, Zaid. You got the idea? He wants to criticize those people who are oppressive. Not oppressive, they are unfair. They are not merciful with other people. So he criticized them by, for example, you can say the sailor represents the government, right?
Yes.
And the albatross, people. This is an opinion. This is literature. I told you it's open for wide opinions. Through this picture, the poet criticizes the governmental behaviors or the political situation of his country. Clear? He's criticizing. So the sailor may represent. We are not saying that this is for sure. May represent the political side. The sailor who killed Albatross, and Albatross are the innocent people who are killed by this unfair person who is the sailor. Thank you very much, Zaid. Yes, others. This is part of the detailed meaning. Yes, please. This is enough for today. Thank you very much. Any question?
No, sir, thanks.
Thank you very much. Yes, sir.